Hello, beautiful soul. I want you to know that right now, in this very moment, you are exactly where you need to be. I know that might be hard to believe, especially if you're feeling like life is moving too fast around you, or perhaps too slow. Maybe you've been wondering if you're falling behind, if you've missed your chance, or if you're somehow out of step with everyone else's timeline. These feelings are so natural, so human, and I want you to know that you're not alone in having them. Life has a way of making us question our timing, doesn't it? We look around and see others seeming to have it all figured out, reaching milestones we haven't reached yet, or appearing to move through life with such ease and confidence. Meanwhile, we might feel like we're stumbling, taking detours, or even standing still while the world rushes past us. But what if I told you that this feeling, this questioning, this very moment of uncertainty is actually part of your perfect unfolding? You see, we live in a world that's constantly telling us we should be somewhere else, someone else, doing something else. The messages come from everywhere. Social media showing us highlight reels of other people's lives, well-meaning family and friends asking about our plans and progress, and that inner voice that sometimes whispers we're not enough or we're running out of time. These pressures can create such anxiety in our hearts, such restlessness in our spirits. But what if timing isn't about keeping up with anyone else? What if your journey, your path, your unfolding is absolutely unique to you? What if the very place you find yourself today, with all its imperfections and uncertainties, is exactly the fertile ground from which your next beautiful chapter will grow? When I think about all the people I've worked with over the years, the countless souls who have shared their stories with me, I notice something beautiful. The ones who found the most peace, the most joy, the most authentic success were not the ones who rushed or forced their way through life. They were the ones who learned to trust their own rhythm, to honor their own timing, to believe that life was working with them, not against them. Your heart knows things your mind hasn't figured out yet. Your spirit carries wisdom that your everyday thinking self might not recognize. There's an intelligence within you that knows exactly what you need and when you need it. This intelligence doesn't operate on the world's schedule or society's expectations. It operates on love's schedule, on growth's schedule, on your soul's perfect timing. Think about a seed planted in the earth. It doesn't worry about the seed planted next to it, wondering why that one sprouted first or grew taller. It simply trusts the process of its own becoming. It draws what it needs from the soil, reaches toward the light when it's ready, and blooms in its own perfect time. Some flowers bloom in spring, others in summer, and some wait for fall to show their beauty. Each is perfect in its timing. You are like that seed, that flower. Your blooming, your becoming, your beautiful unfolding is happening on a schedule that's designed perfectly for you. The delays you think you've experienced, the detours you've taken, the times when nothing seemed to be happening. These weren't mistakes or lost time. These were necessary seasons of preparation, of gathering strength, of developing the roots that would support your future growth. Understanding divine timing means accepting that there's a greater intelligence at work in your life, an intelligence that sees the bigger picture when you can only see today. This intelligence knows what experiences you need for your growth, what lessons will serve you, what connections will nurture you, and what opportunities will align with your highest good. It orchestrates events in ways that your logical mind could never plan or predict. This doesn't mean you're passive in your life or that you don't take action. It means you take inspired action from a place of trust rather than forced action from a place of fear. It means you move forward with confidence, knowing that as you do your part, life is doing its part too. You're not alone in creating your future. You're co-creating with a loving universe that wants your success and happiness even more than you do. The universe operates like a master conductor leading a beautiful symphony. Every instrument has its part, its moment to shine, its time to be quiet and listen. The violin doesn't play the same part as the drums, and the flute doesn't follow the same rhythm as the bass. Each contributes something unique and necessary, and together they create something magnificent that no single instrument could create alone. You are an instrument in this grand symphony of life. Your part, your contribution, your timing, these are all essential to the beautiful music being created. When you try to play someone else's part or follow their timing, the music becomes discord. But when you trust your own rhythm, when you play your own unique part with confidence and joy, you add something irreplaceable to the universal song. Sometimes the greatest act of faith is simply staying where you are and trusting that this place, this moment, has value and purpose. It's easy to think that life begins when we reach the next goal, get the next job, find the next relationship, or arrive at the next destination. But life is happening now. Growth is happening now. Your becoming is happening now. The rush of modern life can make us feel like we're constantly behind, constantly scrambling to catch up to some invisible timeline that everyone else seems to understand but us. We wake up with a sense of urgency, a feeling that time is running out, that we should be further along by now. We scroll through social media and see people celebrating achievements, reaching milestones, and living lives that seem so much more exciting or successful than ours. This rushing energy is like trying to drive through life with one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. It creates internal friction, stress, and exhaustion. It makes us miss the beauty of the journey because we're so focused on the destination. It robs us of the present moment because we're either regretting the past or anxious about the future. But what would happen if you gave yourself permission to slow down? What if you trusted that your pace is the right pace for you? What if you believed that taking time to rest, to reflect, to simply be, is not laziness or wasted time, but necessary nourishment for your soul? The pressure to rush often comes from fear. Fear that opportunities will pass us by. Fear that we're not good enough if we're not constantly achieving. Fear that others are judging our progress or lack thereof. These fears create a state of chronic stress in our bodies and minds, a constant feeling of being behind or not enough. When we're in this rushed state, we actually close ourselves off to the very opportunities and experiences we're seeking. We become so focused on forcing things to happen that we miss the gentle nudges, the subtle signs, the unexpected openings that life is offering us. We're like someone running so fast through a garden that they miss all the flowers. Letting go of time pressure doesn't mean becoming lazy or giving up on your dreams. It means moving through life with a different energy, an energy of trust rather than desperation, of flow rather than force, of patience rather than panic. It means understanding that your worth is not determined by your productivity or your achievements on anyone else's timeline. Take a moment right now to breathe deeply. Feel your feet on the ground, your body in this space, your breath moving in and out of your lungs. This is your life happening right now. This breath, this moment, this awareness, this is where your power lies. Not in yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's worries, but in this present moment where all possibilities exist. When you slow down, you create space for life to surprise you. You become available to notice the synchronicities, the unexpected connections, the perfect timing that was there all along but hidden by your rushing. You start to see that life has been supporting you, guiding you, preparing you, even when it didn't feel that way. The most beautiful transformations often happen slowly, quietly, beneath the surface, like a tree growing strong roots before it shows new leaves, or a butterfly transforming in the darkness of its cocoon, your most important changes might be invisible to the outside world for a while. This doesn't mean nothing is happening. This means everything is happening in perfect timing. Your journey is not a race with anyone else. It's a dance with life itself, and every good dancer knows that rushing ruins the rhythm. When you let go of the need to rush, you discover your natural rhythm, your authentic pace, your own beautiful way of moving through the world. This beautiful place where you find yourself today, with all its seeming imperfections, challenges, and uncertainties, holds profound wisdom. Every circumstance in your life right now, every relationship, every struggle, every joy, every quiet moment of uncertainty is serving your highest growth in ways you may not yet fully understand. There's the intelligence in your current situation that goes beyond what meets the eye. Sometimes we look at where we are and think we've made mistakes, taken wrong turns, or somehow ended up in the wrong place. We might feel stuck in a job that doesn't fulfill us, in a relationship that's challenging, in a financial situation that feels limiting, or in a phase of life that feels empty or confusing. But what if these very circumstances are the perfect classroom for the lessons your soul needs to learn right now? Every experience you're having is developing something within you: patience, compassion, strength, wisdom, creativity, or perhaps the ability to love yourself unconditionally. The difficult boss might be teaching you to set boundaries with kindness. The financial constraint might be showing you that your worth isn't measured by what you own. The period of loneliness might be inviting you to fall in love with your own company and discover the treasures within yourself. Life doesn't waste anything. Every tear you've cried has watered the garden of your compassion. Every challenge you've faced has strengthened the muscles of your resilience. Every moment of confusion has been preparing you for greater clarity. Every time you've felt lost, you've been developing a deeper trust in your inner navigation system. The setbacks you've experienced weren't really setbacks at all. They were setups for something better. That job you didn't get might have saved you from a path that wouldn't have fulfilled you. That relationship that ended might have freed you to discover who you truly are when you're not trying to be what someone else needs. That dream that seemed to slip away might be returning to you in a form so much more beautiful than you could have originally conceived. Your current circumstances are not your final destination. They're your current assignment. They're offering you exactly what you need right now to become who you're meant to be. When you can find gratitude for where you are, when you can see the gifts hidden in your challenges, when you can trust that your current place holds value and purpose, you transform from a victim of your circumstances into a student of life. The wisdom of where you are now includes understanding that you're exactly prepared for this moment. Everything you've been through, every skill you've developed, every ounce of strength you've built, every bit of love you've learned to give and receive, all of it has prepared you for today. You're not underprepared or overqualified for this moment. You're perfectly matched to it. This doesn't mean you have to stay where you are forever or that you shouldn't have dreams and goals. It means you can plant your feet firmly in appreciation for today while keeping your heart open to tomorrow's possibilities. You can be grateful for the lessons while staying excited about the growth. You can honor where you've been while staying curious about where you're going. The words we speak to ourselves and about ourselves carry tremendous power. They're like seeds we plant in the garden of our consciousness. And whatever seeds we plant most often are what will grow in our experience. When we fill our minds with thoughts of limitation, lack, and lateness, we create more experiences that match those thoughts. But when we plant seeds of trust, timing, and perfection, we create space for miracles to unfold. I am in the right place at the right time. These simple words hold the power to transform your entire experience of life. When you speak them, you're not just making a statement, you're making a choice. You're choosing to align with life's flow rather than fight against it. You're choosing to trust the process rather than struggle with it. You're choosing to see yourself as part of a perfectly orchestrated dance rather than as someone stumbling through chaos. This affirmation works because it shifts your energy from resistance to acceptance, from fear to faith, from separation to connection. When you truly believe that you're in the right place at the right time, you stop wasting energy wishing you were somewhere else. You stop spending your precious life force on regret and worry. Instead, you become fully present and available to receive all the good that's trying to reach you right now. My timing is always perfect. This affirmation helps you release the anxiety about being late, behind, or missed out. It reminds you that your life unfolds in divine order, that delays are often divine protection, and that what's meant for you will never pass you by. When you believe your timing is perfect, you stop rushing and start flowing. You stop forcing and start allowing. You stop pushing and start receiving. I trust the unfolding of my life. These words invite you into a partnership with the universe. They acknowledge that you're not doing life alone, that there's a loving intelligence working with you and through you. This trust doesn't make you passive, it makes you powerful. When you trust life's unfolding, you can take action without attachment to specific outcomes. You can plant seeds without needing to control exactly how or when they'll bloom. These affirmations are most powerful when they're spoken with feeling, when they're repeated with intention, when they're lived with faith. Say them when you wake up in the morning, setting the tone for your day. Speak them when you're feeling anxious or rushed, letting them restore your peace. Whisper them when you're falling asleep, allowing them to work in your subconscious mind through the night. You can write them on sticky notes and place them where you'll see them often. You can record them in your own voice and listen to them while you're driving or exercising. You can share them with friends who might need to hear them too. The more you fill your mental atmosphere with these truths, the more your external experience will reflect them back to you. But affirmations are not about forcing yourself to believe something that doesn't feel true. They're about gently guiding your thoughts toward truth, toward love, toward trust. If the words feel too big at first, you can soften them. Instead of, my timing is always perfect, you might start with, I'm learning to trust my timing, or I'm open to the possibility that my timing is perfect. Start where you are and let your faith grow naturally. Now, I want you to look at yourself with the same love and acceptance you would offer a dear friend. The mirror is one of the most powerful tools for transformation because it reflects back to you not just your physical appearance, but the energy you're carrying, the beliefs you hold about yourself, the love or criticism you're directing toward yourself. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see someone who's behind in life, someone who's made too many mistakes, someone who's running out of time? Or do you see someone who's learning, growing, becoming, unfolding in perfect timing? The way you see yourself in the mirror is often the way you move through the world. So many of us have learned to look in the mirror with criticism rather than compassion. We focus on what we perceive as flaws rather than celebrating the miracle of our existence. We compare ourselves to airbrushed images and highlight reels rather than honoring our authentic beauty. But the mirror can become a place of healing, a space where you practice loving yourself unconditionally. Stand in front of your mirror and look into your own eyes. These eyes have seen so much beauty, have cried tears of both sorrow and joy, have sparkled with laughter and softened with love. These eyes belong to someone who has survived 100% of their difficult days, who has learned and grown and continued to choose love again and again. Say to yourself, I accept myself exactly as I am today. Notice what comes up when you speak these words. Do you feel resistance? Do you hear inner voices arguing? This is normal and natural. You're beginning to retrain patterns that may have been with you for years. Be patient with yourself as you learn a new way of being. I am learning to love myself completely. This affirmation acknowledges that self-love is a practice, a journey, not a destination you arrive at once and for all. Some days it will feel easier than others. Some days you'll catch yourself in old patterns of self-criticism. This doesn't mean you're failing, it means you're human, and humans learn through practice. My journey is unique and valuable. When you speak these words to your reflection, you're releasing the need to compare yourself to anyone else. You're acknowledging that your path, with all its twists and turns, holds meaning and purpose. You're honoring the truth that there has never been another you, and there never will be again. As you practice this mirror work, you might notice that your relationship with yourself begins to shift. You might catch yourself speaking more kindly to yourself throughout the day. You might find that you're less affected by other people's timelines because you're more grounded in your own worth. You might discover that self-acceptance opens doors that self-criticism had kept locked. The goal is not to become perfect, but to become present with yourself, patient with your process, and peaceful about your pace. When you can look in the mirror and see someone worthy of love and belonging exactly as they are today, you give yourself the foundation from which all beautiful change can spring. When you begin to see your current circumstances through the lens of gratitude, everything shifts. Gratitude is like putting on a new pair of glasses that suddenly reveals beauty and blessings that were always there but somehow invisible before. It's not about pretending that challenges don't exist or that everything in your life is perfect. It's about recognizing that even in the midst of difficulty, there are gifts to be found, lessons to be learned, and growth to be celebrated. Look around your life right now with fresh eyes. Yes, there may be things you want to change, goals you haven't reached yet, dreams that feel distant, but there are also countless miracles happening every single day that you might be taking for granted. Your heart is beating without you having to think about it. Your lungs are breathing life into your body. Your eyes are reading these words and your mind is processing their meaning. These aren't small things, they're magnificent things. The roof over your head, whatever kind of roof it may be, is shelter. The food in your kitchen, even if it's simple, is nourishment. The people in your life, even if relationships are complicated, offer opportunities for love and connection. The work you do, even if it's not your dream job yet, provides purpose and contribution. When you start with gratitude for what is, you create the perfect foundation for what's to come. Gratitude for your present moment doesn't mean you stop growing or reaching for more. It means you grow from a place of abundance rather than lack, from appreciation rather than desperation, from fullness rather than emptiness. When you appreciate what you have, you attract more things to appreciate. When you focus on what's working in your life, more things begin to work. Think about the struggles you've overcome, the obstacles you've navigated, the times you thought you wouldn't make it through, but you did. These experiences have given you wisdom, strength, and compassion that you wouldn't have developed any other way. The person you are today has been shaped by every experience you've had, and that person is pretty wonderful. Your current circumstances, even the challenging ones, have brought unexpected gifts. Perhaps financial limitation taught you to appreciate simple pleasures. Maybe a health challenge showed you how precious life is. Perhaps a difficult relationship helped you discover your own strength. Maybe a career setback redirected you toward something better suited for your soul. These gifts might not have been ones you would have chosen, but they've enriched your life in ways you're still discovering. Start each day by finding 3 things in your present situation that you can genuinely appreciate. They don't have to be big things. Maybe it's the warmth of your morning coffee, the comfort of your favorite chair, or the way sunlight comes through your window. Maybe it's the steady friendship of someone who believes in you, the wagging tail of a pet who loves you unconditionally, or the simple fact that you woke up with another day full of possibilities. And as you practice this daily gratitude, you'll notice that your awareness naturally expands. You'll start noticing more beauty, more kindness, more synchronicities, more reasons to feel grateful. This isn't because your circumstances necessarily change overnight, but because your perception shifts. You begin to see with the eyes of appreciation rather than the eyes of lack. When difficult emotions arise about your current situation, allow them to be there while also looking for what you can appreciate. You can feel frustrated about being single while also appreciating the freedom to make your own choices. You can feel concerned about finances while also appreciating the skills and creativity you have to improve your situation. You can feel uncertain about the future while also appreciating the adventure of not knowing what wonderful surprises await you. Life has a profound intelligence that far exceeds our human understanding. This intelligence orchestrates the movement of planets, the changing of seasons, the blooming of flowers, and the beating of your heart. It coordinates trillions of processes in your body every second without you having to think about any of them. This same intelligence is at work in the unfolding of your life. Sometimes this intelligence looks like delays that protect you from something that wouldn't have served you. Sometimes it looks like detours that lead you to exactly the right place at exactly the right time. Sometimes it looks like doors closing so that better doors can open. Sometimes it looks like periods of stillness that allow you to gather strength for the next phase of your journey. The challenge is that we can only see a small piece of the puzzle at any given time. We're like someone looking at a beautiful tapestry from the backside, seeing only loose threads and knots, unable to see the magnificent picture being woven on the front. From our limited perspective, life can seem random, unfair, or chaotic. But from a higher perspective, everything is working together in perfect harmony. Think about times in your past when something that seemed terrible at the time actually led to something wonderful later. The job you lost that led to a better opportunity. The relationship that ended that made space for true love. The health scare that motivated you to take better care of yourself. The financial challenge that taught you to value what truly matters. In retrospect, you can often see the perfection in what seemed like chaos. This doesn't mean that every difficult experience is pleasant or that you should be grateful for suffering. It means that life has a way of weaving even the challenging threads into a pattern that ultimately serves your highest good. When you can trust this process, you can relax into life rather than fight against it. Trusting life's perfect unfolding requires developing a different kind of faith, not necessarily religious faith, but faith in life itself, faith in your own resilience, faith in the power of love to heal and transform. This faith grows as you look back on your life and notice all the ways you've been cared for, guided, protected, and provided for, even when you didn't realize it at the time. Sometimes you need to remember that caterpillars have no concept of butterflies. In the darkness of the cocoon, there's no way for them to imagine the beauty they're becoming. They simply surrender to the process, trusting something they can't understand. You too are in various cocoons throughout your life, being transformed in ways you can't yet imagine into something more beautiful than you can currently conceive. When you trust life's unfolding, you stop trying to control every detail and start collaborating with the flow. You make plans while holding them lightly. You take action while staying open to better ideas. You work toward your goals while remaining available to unexpected opportunities. You become a dancer with life rather than a wrestler against it. This trust allows you to handle uncertainty with more grace. Instead of seeing unknowns as threats, you begin to see them as possibilities. Instead of fearing change, you start to welcome it as an opportunity for growth. Instead of clinging to what was, you become curious about what's emerging. When you create space in your life, space in your schedule, space in your thoughts, space in your expectations, you make room for magic to happen. Miracles love spaciousness. They need room to unfold, room to surprise you, room to show up in ways you never would have predicted or planned. So much of modern life is about filling every moment, scheduling every hour, planning every detail. We pack our days so full that there's no room for spontaneity, no space for inspiration, no time for the unexpected gifts life wants to offer us. We're so busy making things happen that we miss the things that are trying to happen naturally. Creating space doesn't mean becoming lazy or giving up on your goals. It means approaching life with more ease, more flow, more openness to divine intervention. It means leaving some unscheduled time in your day for whatever wants to emerge. It means holding your plans lightly enough that you can recognize and receive unexpected opportunities. Space in your thoughts means not filling every quiet moment with worry, analysis, or mental planning. It means allowing periods of simply being, of not knowing, of trusting that solutions will come when they're needed. It means giving your mind permission to rest so that wisdom can arise from deeper levels of your being. Space in your expectations means being clear about what you want while staying open about how it might come to you. The love you're seeking might not look like what you imagined. The career success you desire might come through a path you never considered. The healing you need might arrive in a form you wouldn't have thought to request. When you create this kind of space, you become available to the synchronicities that are constantly trying to reach you. You notice the book that falls open to exactly the page you need to read. You meet the person who has exactly the information you've been seeking. You receive the phone call that leads to the perfect opportunity. You discover the resource that provides the solution you've been needing. These aren't random coincidences. They're the universe's way of supporting you, guiding you, providing for you. But they can only reach you when you're present enough to notice them, spacious enough to receive them, trusting enough to follow the breadcrumbs they offer. Creating space also means being willing to not know, to rest in uncertainty without immediately rushing to fill it with answers or solutions. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply say, I don't know what's next, and that's okay. I trust that clarity will come when I need it. This not knowing is not emptiness, it's fullness of possibility. As our time together draws to a close, I want you to know how honored I feel to have shared these moments with you. You've given me the gift of your attention, your openness, your willingness to consider that maybe, just maybe, you are indeed in the right place at the right time. The truth is, you always have been. Even when it didn't feel that way, even when everything seemed wrong or difficult or confusing, there was a deeper rightness at work. Your life has been unfolding perfectly, preparing you for this moment, building in you the wisdom and strength and love that you carry today. You are not behind. You are not late. You have not missed your chance. Your timing is perfect because it's yours. Your path is right because it's the one that's making you who you are meant to be. Your pace is perfect because it's allowing you to learn what you need to learn, to become who you need to become, to offer what you're here to offer. Take these affirmations with you. I am in the right place at the right time. My timing is always perfect. I trust the unfolding of my life. I am exactly where I need to be. Let them become like a gentle friend walking beside you, reminding you of your inherent rightness, your perfect timing, your beautiful unfolding. Remember that every day is a new opportunity to practice trust, to choose love, to embrace your own perfect timing. You don't have to get it all right at once. You don't have to have all the answers today. You just have to keep showing up with an open heart, trusting that life is supporting you in ways you may not always understand, but can always count on. You are loved beyond measure. You are valued beyond words. You are here for a reason, and that reason is being fulfilled in every moment, including this one. Trust your journey, honor your timing, celebrate your presence in this world. And so it is. Blessings on your beautiful path, dear one. May you always remember that you are in the right place at the right time, and may this knowing fill your heart with peace and your life with joy.